What's happening, Reject Nation? Greg and John here today. We are going to watch Arcane Episode 3. Leave a like. Leave a damn like. And then subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when our reaction for Episode 4 is up as well. Thank you so much, everyone who joined our Patreon page just to watch along Arcane with us. That's what we do there. Full-length watch-alongs. We sync up with the time code for the show or over at our Patreon page. Over there, we cover a bunch of shows. We're at the same tier. You get the option for both reaction highlights and watch-along included. Lastly, thank you to the boys at Prepper for editing down these highlights for us. Let's get to that shot.
There's this thing in your head, and it's raging, lighting every nerve with madness to fight. Have you had enough? It's funny. You could pass a lifetime without ever facing a choice like that, but it changes you forever. I thank you. Old friend.
In the last episode, I was going to joke about the next one having a prologue set in the water because the first episode's like fire and smoke, and the second episode is snow and sleet. And here we are in water.
My God, John.
It's very elemental.
You're carrying this.
That's right. Next episode, it's going to begin underground in the earth. And then the next one's in the air.
Mislead.
Protect the family.
What are you...
What is happening?
Oh, he's going to take that
Oh,
fall.
he's taking a stand, huh?
Vander, let me out.
Oh, no.
Why?
It's the only way.
What's happening?
Oh, hell no.
Are they starting a riot right now?
Whoa! What the hell?
Oh! Oh! No! Oh, Deckard must be loose.
Oh, the little blonde boy, right?
Yeah.
Old rivals.
You never did know when to walk away.
Wait!
Oh.
Damn!
Oh.
This wasn't the deal!
Deals changed.
No!
Oh! No! He was like my favorite character.
I know.
Oh, man.
Ways to make the world a better place. This Hextech dream of yours has the potential to do that.
Our Hextech dream.
Kiss.
Come on. They don't kiss by the end of the episode. I'm gonna riot.
What about Vander?
They took him.
Where?
So is Vander still alive?
It could be.
Oh my God, he's still alive! I was like, I
Son
don't...
of a bee. Welcome to hell.
Do you even remember? I trusted you. And you betrayed me.
Oh.
No.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
So they're not really injecting something that's creating, it's enhancing or igniting something within them?
I guess.
The way he keeps talking about it sounds like works off some gene in you that you already possess.
Yeah, so maybe everybody reacts a little differently to it or something.
Willing to risk exile for your endeavor. That's quite the conviction.
The counselor. Wait a minute.
You got spunk.
Who took Vander?
I don't know, but I need to help him.
We're going with you.
Whatever killed Benzo was like nothing I've ever seen. It tore him apart.
You're not doing this alone, Vi.
Oh.
If they come for you, take this and run.
Wherever you are, light it up, and I'll find you. I promise.
Oh, use your magic shit. Oh.
No. God.
What have you done? Oh. Oh, thank God.
Oh no. No.
Stop blowing shit up!
I know, guys. Come on.
Oh, damn. No, they reversed it. Oh, not a good reversal.
How did you get in? Oh, there's guards everywhere.
It was easy. We found an open window and...
It's a trap.
Have you heard the rumor? Vander the coward fled town with his children. And they were never seen again.
Clagger, see if you...
Oh, damn! Let's see what this shit does!
Fine.
Time to step up, Powder.
Their grip on camera perspective, homie, man.
A+, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Nice.
Sharukan. Yes. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. It's like a zombie Hulk.
Yeah. Like a Resident Evil monster. Oh.
God damn.
Oh, boy. Oh.
This is not what Piltover's future looks like, my dear boys.
That's for the council to decide.
Council, come to this room.
Don't run out of juice. Oh no. Whoa!
Wow.
Disintegrating.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. Ow. Ow. Whoa.
Oh, it's like she's floating. Floating in water.
My God, it's full of stars.
Does she have any idea what she did?
Not really. She just knew they would go bang.
What? What?
No.
Oh.
No.
Bitch.
Ugh. No.
Oh, man. With some of that juice get in him though? Yeah, could you take some?
I
Yeah.
was gonna
Logan
say.
this. Logan it!
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh my god! He is like the abomination.
Yeah.
Did he take too much? I think he took too much.
I think he OD'd on that. Yeah.
Take care of Powder.
Oh my goodness.
Did you see me? My monkey bomb finally worked.
You did this?
Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus.
Oh shit! No! No!
Why did you do this?
I didn't. I was saving you. I only wanted to help. I only wanted to help.
Oh my god!
Please, please. I told you to stay away.
Oh.
No.
Oh man! Oh man! It's so bad.
Bye, come back. Please come back. Please, I need you, please.
Oh no.
Oh, you gotta be kicking me in the balls right now, man.
I'll kill you if he hears you. Come on. Let's go.
He was smart to use some chloroform. All you guys made it out.
She left me. She is not my sister anymore.
Oh. What is happening?
We will show them all.
I wonder how much we get wrong for predicting just because we haven't played the game. Wow.
Tower of Terror.
This is that rare animated show where you feel like there's a physical camera there all the time.
Absolutely,
Like
yeah,
doing
right.
all this camera work, man. Wow. That was epic.
Something else, yeah.
That was just so devastating. It was just like that. Whoever plays Powder, I'm like, wow, this really feels like a little girl. I just wanted to hug her. I was like, I want to hold you right now. I feel so bad for you. Like, she really thought she was like when she had a gift that was bestowed upon her by chance, and that she was using it to rescue her friends, and she could finally prove to all of them that she was valuable. And then bam, because I was like, well, they would have all died, right? I thought like they didn't really have a fighting chance, but I guess when he broke out Vander, when they jumped through the wall, that I don't know, they've done the parkour at the big first episode. They probably could have found a way to get to the ground safely. Still though, that was so damn devastating. Oh my god, I really want it. I don't think I've ever had that response to an animated character in my life. Of like, I wish you were a real person that I could hold right now.
I'm so sorry.
Whoa.
I understand what you were trying to do.
Yeah. Because I thought because the show has you going too, thinking she's probably gonna do something like fucking. She's gonna be the hero. Yeah, the show has you thinking that. I mean, I don't know what Jinx what her character is. I've heard the name Jinx thrown around before, so I'm assuming when she called her Jinx, I got slightly pulled out like, oh, is she Jinx? my mind went there. Yeah. But when so I don't know if the characters and who's even in the game and who's just made up for this show. All right, so it actually makes it more exciting for us because we don't know how any of this will go.
Yeah, you can just get sucked straight into the drama and enjoy that.
Well,
and the majesty of the storytelling.
Well, this was like beyond cinematic, and it really it was so incredibly personal from beginning to end. Like, it had such a bleak, stark opening when everyone just died. Like the freaking nice cop lady.
Yeah.
Even she's just like, the cutscene's like, what, she's dead? And these bodies are being annihilated, Benzo's taken out. Like, this, we all knew a collapse was coming. That's what we kept saying.
Yeah.
But I did not anticipate, like, oh, this is all going to start just with everybody. It's not like cities are falling right away. It's just characters are going to start dying all right away.
Well, what's so great is they've really drawn this situation to feel alive in the sense that, like, you have a bunch of people acting on a bunch of different motivations and getting in each other's way and complicating all sorts of things. And this was a great example of that. Is like, you know, while Vander's got one way of looking at things, and while Violet is trying to turn herself in, then you've got you know, the villainous guy with the serums coming out and exacting his plan. And there's just so much great overlap that leads to just like the grayness and the muddiness and the desperation of these situations. And yeah, they're so good at enhancing. It's like there's a lot of visual storytelling, but there's also a lot of visual energy, and it's all packed into that animation. It's like they're good at packing frames with information, but also making them really visceral and transportive and expressive. And so you really do, yeah, like I get what you mean. This does feel like you're just being sucked in and transported to a whole other world for 45 minutes. And then you come back to reality and you're like, I swear I could have touched it, you know?
It felt just so real, intense, and I think, like, in terms of animation and storytelling between the 3 episodes, this one easily coalesced the best. Like, it's just a strong fusion of energy throughout. What exactly did the science magic people create in that moment? That's where I was like, what did they crack exactly? I kind of missed the mark on that. I kind of wish I was watching this with subtitles, just because it usually helps me keep up with, because sometimes I get so pulled into like a detail of a drawing. It happens sometimes when I watch animation. I get so sucked into the detail of certain moments where I'm like, wow, that background looks like an oil painting. Oh, what did they say? That happens to me a lot.
Yeah, for sure. It's like walking through a haunted house and trying to enjoy all the set decorations, but also not get held up. Yeah, for sure. It's just so.
But what did they create?
But yeah,
do you know what they did?
I mean, the way it read to me was mostly that they were able to access magic. Just generally, they were able to make a machine that's a conduit to be able to access this magical energy, and that machine clearly worked. I don't know if they really created something particular, because it doesn't really appear to have a function yet, but it is the sort of like, oh hey, we proved we can access this and we can open up the potential of these crystals with, you know, the machine I've been experimenting with.
So that is so fascinating, because that shows the joy and wonder of it. And then what Violet did shows that what happens when it's in the, not Violet, powder.
Yeah.
Happens when not used well, and how much destruction it can cause.
Which is another really wonderfully...
So I shouldn't have it in powder. I already felt so sorry for it.
I know. And it's another one of those really canny, like, real-world elements where you're like, yeah, there's so many things where, like, in their raw form, you could create a lot of destruction and anguish, but if you know how to tap into the potential of whatever material, you can make something really beautiful and great. And I think that's imbued throughout the characters, throughout, you know, the you know, tenets of this world, like magic or whatever else, or like the science that this guy is clearly perfecting with his mutant Hulk creatures, you know.
What was going on with Vander? Again, it happened to me a couple of times during the show where I'm like, shit, I shouldn't have been so wrapped up in the animation and wondering how they did that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I missed a line. Was the what's the guy's name? Fox? The bad guy's name? Do you remember his name?
Something with I think it's like an S name or something.
Is it as an S name? Here, hold on a second. Let's just take a quick pander. Zon.
Zon is the lower city.
Zon's a city?
Yeah, Zon is where they live.
Oh, so what's that guy's name?
Something.
Well, Evil Eye. All right, so but what went wrong with Evil Eye and Vander years ago, because I know what happened when it came to like, no, we need to have peace, so he started cooperating with the other side. But is that what led to that fight in the water that we kept flashing to?
I think that predates it, because he kind of says, like, even after that, you know, moment that it has built this personal grudge between us, I still respected you.
Yes.
Despite our conflict. So I got the sense, and maybe I missed something, but I got the sense that whatever conflict they were in probably rooted from their points of view on how to deal with this tension between the, you know, Zahn and the top side. And then
top side's called
Papaya. That's right. Yes, it is called
Piltover.
Piltover. There you go. Yeah.
Thank God for the descriptions in the Netflix.
And Silco is the evil eye guy.
There we go. Silco.
Silco, learning stuff.
You know what's cool about this? What's neat about this structure? Oh yeah, sorry. What were you saying, really quick? But now I'll remember that point. A lot that happened here. I got a lot of thoughts.
No. I mean, I didn't get a sense for if there was a very specifically fleshed out conflict in that moment that we were privy to, other than I think it had to do, just with their ideologies on how to handle their conflict with Piltover, and then, you know, that predates the moment where Vander's like, I'm gonna try and strike a deal.
Admittedly, all the stuff with the underworld is so enormously like encapsulating and gritty and just sucks you in, and it's beautiful and dark and desolate, but just so rich that sometimes when you cut back to what's going on in Piltover, I'm not as into it.
Yeah.
Like the science, I'm like, it's hard because I'm like, it's the other stuff is just so freaking gripping.
Yeah. And then we cut back and we're
it's
like
dark and violent.
And we're like, this is a lower stakes. I mean, you know, you might get exiled from your community or whatever, but you know, I mean, they're not like gonna this isn't the part where we're overthrowing shit and monsters are hulking out. Like, you know, you might cause some destruction with your work and all that, but mostly you're dealing with more of a political situation.
The camera tracking in this show is so solid. Even like the
Absolutely,
littlest shots, like when Violet is upside down and then she turns over, like when she's caught underneath the rubble. Just this, like, it's like a David Fincher shot. It's just such a subtle little move to the right. It's not like a let's overdo it, you know. It's just like a where you feel like you're turning with them, and they do that with a lot of the action. It's like they follow their movements so much. It's like a cutscene. It's like a video game cutscene, and that's what I would like in what I'm watching a lot of the time. Is I'm watching just brilliant video game cutscenes, but with a different animation flourish to it to make you feel like you're watching a video game, or why am I not just playing a video game? You know,
it really does trap, especially that trap, because you, like, I've watched certain other things where it's like, oh, it's one of those CGI Resident Evil.
That's what those Resident Evil movies
are.
Like, why don't I just play the game?
I just could have played this. Whereas this is so very much a show and a visual story, and it's like you can tell that there are those sensibilities, but I think it's twofold. It's like you have it in the little subtleties of how they use the camera to make it feel like there's a camera operator who is making choices, and it's also the way in which they imbue all of the characters with these mannerisms that are so subtle and so human.
That's why I liken it to classic Disney hand-drawn animation, because there's so much body language and expression in their faces. You know what this felt like? This show feels like it feels like that Doctor Strange episode of What If, but all the time. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Especially this one. This had a lot where I was like, wow, look at Fantasia.
Yeah, and I think as far as the like recent animated series have gone, like this has some of my favorite use of the medium, just because even with What If, I'm like, I can tell they didn't spare no expense to make this happen, whereas this show, it feels like they absolutely spared no expense. They're like, we're going to make this breathe both as a 3D piece, but as a thing that looks completely authentically like it was painted by hand, that really has this distinct art style, but that has almost no seams or edges in terms of you know, a budgetary limitation or production limitation.
True.
Like it is fully immersive in that way, where I'm like, this is some of the most impressive animation recently I've seen, because while I think this is probably all done on computers, it really feels tangible, and it really feels like they brought, you know, animated storytelling and mixed it in with video game storytelling and that kind of energy, and then they took a lot of cues from actual cinema, and there's just so much wrapped into the package it's delivered in that it feels like there's way more, and not to like slag various other animated series that have come out recently, because, you know, the animation isn't everything, but it is like next level on this show, at least for my experience.
The animation is merely a major compliment towards the storytelling. Like the great animation's great animation, but you can get numb to that if the story's boring as hell.
Yeah.
And like this in terms of just filmmaking, this particular episode has such a solid grip on tension and tugging on your emotions. Like the way they would cut around to the immediacy of the insane ticking clock situations throughout this whole episode reminded me of like the best work of Christopher Nolan when he's cutting around to like, here's what's going on here. We keep cutting between the three, and it's only helping to escalate into this big bubble of chaos and situation. And you know, we don't know who's gonna win, because like Vander gets kidnapped at the beginning. I thought he was killed, and Vander's taken at the beginning. Bam. And then as we're going through this, Powder's following them. These kids show up, they're breaking them out. Violet, you know, locks up, you know, with whatever those gauntlet gloves are or whatever.
Yeah, the Vander Hulk hands.
Yeah, and then she's like messing up. Cool, we're gonna win. It was a badass fight, awesome as hell. Bam, zombie dude comes in. Whew. Okay, are they gonna get away? You get the sense like Powder's gonna save the day. Powder doesn't save the day. And then they're gonna go fight. Vander's gonna get in there. He's gonna take vengeance and stop this. It looks like Vander's gonna die. Vander's not dead. You know? And then Vander breaks them out. Oh my God! Powder thought she did a great thing. Powder's destroyed internally, and now she's with Silco.
Yeah.
You know, like the way they tug on your emotions and have you not. It was so unpredictable to the point that everything I was predicting just kept getting wrong. By the second, to the very last frame, I was wrong. This was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Like the first episode's a wonderful introduction. The second one is a great calm before the storm that really sets up. And my point being is that usually a Netflix show feels like they are complete, because I was like, this is kind of an interesting release strategy, 3 episodes at a time. And the Netflix shows usually feel like, okay, I actually get the full picture now because the whole season is done, which I'm sure I'll feel that way by the end. But it's cool what they're doing here, because I really feel like I got a complete like part 1.
Yeah,
with these 3 episodes, it's a full part 1, a full act 1. You know.
I think that it's interesting because each 3 individually, so each of the 3 individually thus far has felt like its own like there's a certain thing about some Netflix shows where they feel very much designed to make you binge, and they have structural elements based off that. It's well-worn territory now, but this one was like each individual episode felt like its own striking piece, and yet being at the end of these first 3 now, I'm like, oh yeah, this feels like the act 1 of a much bigger story.
Yeah.
And that's the wonderful thing.
It's nice to have that in a binge era.
Exactly,
because it's like a unique model. I mean, I've never followed if Netflix has done this before.
Yeah.
But I think it's a really unique model of a good splice of one release, like a weekly release with a slight binge
element,
quality to it. It's really interesting, because you could just release this as like an hour and a half episode, but I also get why they're divided into 3 episodes instead, because it does feel like each episode has told a very specific chapter that maybe just slapping them together wouldn't exactly flow. You know? So it is a fascinating structure to behold here, and I think it's a genius because
Yeah,
I really
really.
feel like I completed something and I'm waiting for like the next set. Yeah.
And I think I really hope that this proves successful because I would love to see just more interpolations on how these shows get out, you know, because it's been nice with Disney Plus and stuff to return to a time where everyone's anticipating each week. And this was very satisfying to not have to wait so long, but now I get to enjoy the anticipation waiting for the next 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Knowing that they're not that far away, but there's still some time to go.
Yeah, because it felt like when The Boys did that release strategy for Amazon, it was like, I get why you need to watch the first 3 to get into it, but it seemed like a last-minute decision still to go do 3 once a week to keep people watching.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure people don't forget too soon.
Yeah, whereas this, it feels purposeful from the start.
100%. Hundo P.
All right, guys. Well, Arcane. Shit, man. I'm so happy we're watching this. That was genius. That final one, man, that was genius.
They're spoiled with good TV lately.
There's a lot of shit TV out there. we have you guys to come in and tell us
what's good, what's worth checking out.
What's good, yeah.
Big Bang Theory reactions start next week.
You tend to inform us well enough to the point where we're like, okay, yeah, we know. You guys tend to know what we'll like. All right, guys, subscribe, hit that like button, click the notification bell. Who's the lucky person to get up? I was thinking for the shout out of like, who is someone who is ambitious, keeps trying hard, and I just want to hold, you know, someone who evokes the same emotions out of me that Powder did for this episode. That's Andrew Hayes.
Oh yeah.
Just this little small fry who's just always so like energetic.
He's always peppy.
You know, who's just doing his best. Doing his best. Well, Andrew Hayes trying to put
attitude.
himself out there and do what he can. And he's just so adorable. This little guy, his little beard, his little funny hair. And you just wanna hold him. Like, I just want to cuddle you, Andrew. Not in like a gay way, which is totally fine if it is a gay way.
In the gayest way, I want to cuddle you.
Like a father, like 2 fathers having a son. That's the kind of gay way I'm talking about.
The beautiful kind.
The beautiful familial kind.
Beautiful
you know?
family, yeah.
That's what I want to do with you. We want to hold you.
We
like our
both
own
want to
son.
hold you like you're our
Take
son.
care of you. I go to PT meetings, you know, in like a southern area.
Yeah.
Where they're like, wow, there's 2 dads. I don't know about this. And we stand up for you. And then you kick their asses and prove the point that 2 dads is better than no dads.
I'm sure that's the desired message. Yeah. If you can't have a dad, I guess you better have to.
See you, buddy.